Already and rolling.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Huachuca Creatives. We're here at 1835 Paseo San Luis in sunny Sierra Vista, Arizona. And this month we're going to talk about what? The holidays?
Yes.
Here I am with my co-host Teresa Ebbs, and she is going to assist me as we walk you through some of the wonderful ideas that you might consider for your holiday season. And as well, we'll be talking with Robert Harris, who makes his own Christmas ornaments. And if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you might be interested in this episode and find out how you too can create your own ornaments for the holiday season. Now, we've been doing this show for almost 3 years, every month. And one of the reasons why we do this show, Teresa, is to educate people on the local arts and to maybe give them a little bit more information that they may not have considered about the artistic endeavors that people around here have.
Right.
But another thing that we attempt to do is to elevate the ability of our artists to hopefully achieve their dreams. And no one has done that better than Sue Ziegler.
That's right. In fact, we're dedicating this show to our very dear gallery director that we just lost, Sue Ziegler. She has been the heartbeat of this gallery for many, many, many years. And this gallery meant so much to her. The people in it, the community, and the camaraderie that she helped create amongst all of its members. We love her and miss her dearly.
She will leave a gap in the gallery that is irreplaceable. And so, yes, this episode is dedicated to you, Sue. I hope you're watching. I hope you approve. But we have important things to talk about because it's December.
We do. It's the Christmas season.
It's a holidays, and we have plenty of gift ideas already. To my rear, you can see that we have wonderful art, Teresa.
Yes. The beautiful cardinals. You can't go through Christmas without seeing a red cardinal.
Well, Teresa, even you have a piece here that you've done.
I do, and this means a whole lot to me because my youngest son, who's also a photographer, he gave me a call up one morning and he says, "Mom, would you like to go on an adventure?" So we went out in the snow at Brown Canyon Ranch and we just ran all over the place acting crazy and taking all kinds of photos. And the pond at Brown Canyon Ranch was so blue that day. It was incredible.
And the ground around it is white, Teresa.
Yes,
this is Arizona.
We
Hello.
do get snow here.
We
it
sure
just doesn't
do.
last past noon usually.
And if you take a look at our Christmas tree here, you'll see a bunch of ornaments. All of these ornaments, by the way, are for sale. And hanging off the wall, you'll see even more ornaments from Holly Freeze, a talented artist who you can see the remarkable work that she does as well. Plenty of items to choose from. Mary Lametti's amazing doodle art up here of the Santa Claus up on the wall. I think we've interviewed every one of these artists at one time or another during one of our Huachuca Creatives episodes.
We tried to. If we missed somebody, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
But hang tight. We'll get to you sooner or later,
Right.
won't you?
In fact, one of our ornaments sets us up for what we're fixing to be doing.
Well, yeah, right here. As a matter of fact, this particular ornament is done by Robert Harris, who is actually a photographer, of all things, but he's taken off into another direction, and that is creating holiday ornaments for your tree. But if you want to learn how you can create one of those yourself, well, then you're going to have to follow me back to the studio area where we have Robert waiting for us. As you can see, if you just quickly pan around the area, do a quick loop, we still have plenty of art that isn't necessarily associated with the holidays, and it is not a seasonal thing, and it's all for sale, folks.
Right.
It's all for sale. So
And we also have prints. If you don't want
lots of
a
prints.
pre-framed piece, you want to grab a print and frame it yourself.
So let's move on back here to the studio, where we have this fine gentleman, Mr. Robert Harris, who is going to give us a little bit of information about how he puts these things together. But first of all, Robert, you didn't start off making holiday ornaments, did you?
I did not. I'm by training a photographer.
So you're a trained photographer, so you're my major competition in this photography world.
Well, you and I have totally different styles. You like sunsets and sunrises, and I like midday shots.
Well, thank goodness for that. I don't have to worry about competition from you. But you do more than just do prints, don't you?
I do. I make photo mugs, puzzles, even Christmas ornaments with photographs. And I also have started writing poetry and short stories to go with my photographs and put them into a book.
Well, that's a fascinating idea. I've been told that I should attempt that sort of thing.
You should.
But I don't have the same amount of ambition that you do. So who knows? Maybe one day. But for right now, we aren't going to talk about your photography, are we?
We're not.
We're going to talk about what you're doing here, which is putting together these ornaments for the holiday season. And folks, it's not too late. If you start now, you'll have yourself a set by when? Tomorrow?
It takes about 24 hours to do a complete set.
Okay. So why don't you explain the process here?
Well, there's a couple of different parts to the process. You have a two-part chemical combination. You have an epoxy resin, which I've already put into this cup. And you have a hardener, which I'll add, and they start off clear separately, and when they combine, they become cloudy, and then they, once they're properly mixed, they're clear again.
So is that what you're going to do now?
And we're going to do that right now.
All right. We don't have to anticipate any explosions or anything, do
No.
we? Okay.
So equal amounts of each liquid. And then you'll see as we start to combine it, it will get cloudy. It's already getting cloudy.
So it's quick acting.
It is. And once you started combining the chemicals, you have approximately 15 minutes to complete your pour.
That doesn't give you a lot of time.
It does not.
No.
But if you do a lot of your setup work in advance, like I have here, the process goes pretty quickly.
If you're experienced at it, which you obviously are.
Well, it's a learning process.
So how many miss pours have you had in the early stages when you first started this?
When I first started, I started off kind of ambitious. I started with a set of coasters. And I discovered rather quickly, since this combination liquid is self-leveling, that if your table is not, if your work area is not flat and level, you get some really weird results.
I can imagine. It starts to overflow on one side and
It'll
be shallow on the other.
It'll be real thin on one side and real thick on the other.
Well, that's unique.
Hence the level that he has here. But unfortunately, our tables aren't super
They're not
level.
exactly level, but we're within the margin of error here.
Okay.
Now this is starting to clear out, and you'll notice that there are a lot of air bubbles in it.
Is that a bad thing, or is that something you're
It's
searching
something
for?
that we will rectify towards the end.
Okay.
There are two ways to eliminate air bubbles once you've made your pour. One is by heat. You can use a long lighter, and that will burst the bubbles. I prefer to use 91% alcohol, and you just spray it and it will break all the bubbles.
Okay.
And that wouldn't melt your molds
And it
either.
won't hurt your molds.
Where do you get your molds from?
I order all my molds from Amazon. The first set I ordered, there were 4 of this particular design. And in the second order, I got 5. So I can actually make none at a time. I rarely make more than 8.
I see. And is this the only, well, it's a silly question. I'm sure I already know the answer, but there's a lot more different types of mold designs that
Oh,
you
yes.
can
There,
order.
there are literally hundreds of different molds. And so it's what you care to make.
What are you doing now?
What I'm adding is a deep red alcohol ink. And you can be as liberal with this as you want. If you want a light red, you use less color. And as you can see, that became quite red.
Ooh. Well, that looks very Christmassy red.
It sure does.
And we're going to add sparkle like we did with this one.
Okay.
And again, you can be very liberal with it.
So that goes into the mix.
It goes into the mix.
Whoa.
Doesn't make any difference
That's,
how much you put in
yeah,
there.
that looks like me salting my pork chops. Okay.
Okay, and this is what it looks like once it's mixed.
So now you're going to do the first pour, but then you're going to show how easy it is by handing the cup to Teresa, aren't you?
That's correct.
Okay.
Oh, now that should be fun.
Okay,
Am
Teresa,
I
are
going
you ready?
to overflow or mess
Now,
it up?
what we're going to do is we're going to pour this very slowly directly into the middle.
He hit that just perfect.
Experience matters.
Yes.
And because it is self-leveling, I can stop right there. And this large mass in the middle will eventually spread out. We'll do another one here. And then I'll give the cup to Teresa. Now I won't pour quite as much in there this time.
Keep variety, right? So they don't all look exactly the same.
Right.
Otherwise, you could just buy a
Now-
Optimus 3 robot and have
Now
it.
you see how much is in here versus how much is in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now notice the air bubbles that were in this mixture originally have started coming to the top.
Okay.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
That's why we have the 91% alcohol. And I'll spray it.
And they disappear just like that.
It's magic.
Okay, so that smooths everything out.
Oh, how cool.
Now I'm going to let Teresa pour one.
All right,
Oh,
Teresa.
dear.
I'm going to step back over here.
Yeah,
I don't know what to expect. I didn't wear my grubbies today.
And I didn't wear my apron either.
Okay, that's
Is that enough?
now let it settle out.
Okay. And so as it spreads out, it's forming to the mold, as we can see very plainly. Oh, you did a
Oh, no.
drop.
That's why we have Q-tips.
Oh, well, see, I purposely did that.
Did
so
you?
that-
Oh, so we
yeah.
can have the demonstration on how to clean up.
Right, how
Okay.
to clean up boo-boos.
Oh, look at that.
That's very important,
Okay.
especially with me at the cup.
Okay.
And that's all you have to do.
All right.
There you go. All right.
Okay, that's a perfect pour.
Yay.
Yay. So what's the next step?
No, that's all right.
Okay.
When this hardens, it'll just flake off.
Oh, okay.
Now, what we're going to do now is I had already poured a semi-clear center.
Okay.
So we're going to do a finished ornament. And you always start right here at the top is where the string or the ribbon goes. So you always want to start there, and you just want to put like a drop.
Now that's where I would pour it all over the tabletop.
Now you can just move to the middle.
What's the purpose of the drop that you just did?
It ensures that you have a closed loop at the top.
Okay.
So when you are ready to put your string in to hang it, you have a complete hole.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, you got to have that. Otherwise, it'd be difficult to turn it into an ornament.
Now, how long, this one's making its little bubbles. How long do you have before you
About
get rid
5
of
minutes before you will have bubbles in your finished product. We'll go ahead and we'll spray it.
Because since I did a perfect pour, I need
Now-
to have no bubbles.
We'll watch here, and the bubbles are already starting to form.
I see. So you cannot avoid the bubbles, is what you're saying.
You really can't.
So you need that. You need that alcohol spray in order to keep it smooth.
Yeah, the bubbles are already coming to the top.
I see. Okay, so now that the pour is done, and
We still have a little bit left, so we can go ahead and finish these off. Teresa, you want to pour another one?
You're really pushing it and having me do a second one.
This actually has a big bubble right there.
you're natural at this, Teresa.
Is that enough?
It looks like it.
I'm going to
Looks
try
good to
not
me.
to make a drip boo-boo this
I
time.
don't know, Robert. What do you think?
I think that's just about perfect.
It's got it. It's
That's all
about
right.
to go.
We're gonna use up all of it.
Yeah, he just goes plop.
Yeah, he sure does.
Well, I've done this for a while. I've made over 150 ornaments.
Okay, so you have muscle memory on this.
I do.
Those are so cool.
And it's amazing that what seemed like just a little bit in that cup, it has been enough to be able to cover all of these ornaments.
Oh, from my angle, I can see bubbles just
Everywhere.
burst into the surface over here on this one.
Which one?
This one right
Oh, yes.
here.
So the big
Yeah,
one.
from my angle, it looks like a pot boiling. It's getting little bubbles everywhere.
Now the alcohol evaporates, so there's no harm.
Being generous with
Being
your
generous
sprays,
with it.
okay. As long as it keeps those bubbles from emerging and sticking.
Now, I made a list of things that people should remember if they want to get into this, and I'll go over them. One, before you start any project, make sure you have all of your necessary items. Wear comfortable clothes, and something that you don't care whether you spill anything on it or not. Spills happen, get used to it. As well,
As I demonstrated.
yeah, she did here and I did here. And I'll clean all this up. Work in an area that's well lit and where the floor can be easily cleaned. You're going to use, if you do make little messes, even on the floor, the alcohol and a paper towel will take it out.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
now, if you're working in a carpeted area and you get resin on the carpet, it's not coming out. I can just tell you that right up front.
You could put down a tarp
You could put
before
down a
getting
tarp.
started. Huh?
Make sure your work surface is level. That's what the level's for. Epoxy resin is self-leveling, so if your work area is not level, your project will show it. One will be thin. One side will be thinner than the other, and it makes really weird drink coasters. Also, make sure you have paper towels and 91% rubbing alcohol. You can get 91% at Walmart, CVS, anywhere you can buy rubbing alcohol. It's great for cleanups, for spills, and if you get epoxy resin on your hands, you just spray your hands with it and wipe it off with a paper towel. You'll be fine. Always make sure that when you buy your resin and your hardener, that you get the odorless formulas. If you don't get the odorless formulas, you're going to drive your dogs and your family out of the house, and you're going to have to be wearing a respirator. So, so get the odorless.
This did not smell at all.
It does not have any odor.
The only thing I smell is the alcohol.
It's the alcohol, right. And after you've completed your project, after your molds are completely done, you take the ornaments out of the molds, then wash all of your molds with warm water and mild soap. Let them air dry. You just turn them upside down, let them drain, let them air dry. If you use a cloth towel to dry them, you're going to leave little fibers behind. And if you use a paper towel to dry them, you're going to leave little minute particles of paper, and that will ruin any project.
I see.
So
I see. Okay. So when this sets and when it dries, what is it? About 24 hours.
To one complete ornament like this one will be, if I had started from the very beginning like I did with these, it would take about 24 hours to complete an ornament, a two-colored ornament.
Okay.
Now, if you're pouring a single color like I did with this one, it takes about 18 hours for it to completely harden.
How do you get them out of the mold?
You just peel the mold. The mold's very pliable. You just peel it away from the edges, and then it'll lift out.
Okay.
Now, I pre-sprayed all of the molds with this right here. It's called Mold Release, and it is actually aerosolized silicone.
Okay.
So you spray that in the mold, and that just gives it a nice coating. And then when you pour your resin in, this helps it release.
Kind of like Pam for the frying pan.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I see you have these little baggies of powdery like stuff.
Yes, this
What
is
that
mica
for?
powder. Mica powder is used as a coloring agent for the epoxy and resin, and I see we've got some big bubbles there.
Rebels.
Depending on what colors you want, if you want to combine colors or if you want a solid color, you get a totally different effect than you do with the glitter. This is one that's done with mica powder, with gold mica powder.
I see. And it's not as shiny as some of your others.
It's not. It was just
it's kind of a matted display.
Right. And you can do this in pastels, basically any color combination you want.
Well, these are beautiful, Robert.
Well,
They
thank you.
are.
And thanks for sharing your knowledge on how to put these things together. But I do want to show everybody because, like I said, you use your photography also to make ornaments.
That's correct.
So you've taken some pictures here, such as this right here. This is one of Robert's photographs, and it's printed on both sides. This is metal?
That's metal.
Okay.
It's very lightweight. And what's really cool about it is if you have a cat and it knocks it off the tree, it's not going to break.
Isn't that a nice thing to know? Absolutely. So now you've diversified yourself in such a way so as to not only come up with creative ways to display your photography, but to step outside of the photographic genre and into a craft genre as well.
That's correct.
Are we going to start seeing more and more of this kind of work from you in the future?
I don't know. This actually started out as an experiment, and I have sold a number of these ornaments. I have them. I'm actually going to be at the Crafters Fair on the 6th at the mall, and I will have a full display of these.
Okay.
I might even have some of these.
Now,
So-
if people have questions, in other words, they run into a snag or there's something that they don't quite understand, can you be contacted?
Absolutely. They can contact me through the gallery. I also have business cards up there that have both my website and my email address on them.
Okay, and we can also supply that on the Cool FM site a little later, and so that you know how to get in touch with Robert Harris.
And I'll be
here.
happy to answer any questions they have.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to know. Teresa, what do you think?
I think this is a fun way of creating some of your own ornaments. It was a beautiful demonstration. Thank you very much, Robert. And be creative. Find your own niche. There's so many different things out there that you can create Christmas ornaments with. Just have fun. It's the time of year to have fun.
That's right. And you can also customize these. I added a year to the back of a number of these ornaments. And these are available through Amazon as well. You can get them for every year. I did several ornaments with the 2025. This actually requires a third pour while it's still in the mold. You notice I did not fill this all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can put once this hardens, I can put the 2025 in the middle and then pour a clear coat over the top of it.
I see. So you can be very creative with this.
can.
There are no limits, really.
There are no
The only
limits.
limits are the ones you place on yourself.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, folks, as you can see, you don't have to come in here and buy stuff, although we kind of prefer that you do, of course, to support our local artisans.
And we love seeing you.
And we do. We do love seeing you all. But you can also do these things at home. You can make creations of your own. And this is just one idea out of many. Do you know of any other ideas for holiday gift preparation?
Oh, well, Holly Freeze, for example, she does little paintings that she turns into ornaments.
And we looked at a couple of those, didn't we? And also, if you have photographs of family and that sort of thing, I mean, Robert uses his photography in order to do these ornaments, but you might consider doing family portraits that you hang off of your tree, you know, the kids, family portraits.
You can also buy the little bitty tiny frames that you could put that portrait in of your puppy or
There you go.
or your family.
You know, there's no limit as
The
far as what
sky's
you
the
can do.
limit.
That's right.
And you know, during the holiday season, it's important that we find ways to connect. It's important that we find avenues to be able to reach out and touch people that we love, our friends, our families.
And if you wanted to make a full set of these and give them as a gift, they're very easy to wrap and ship. I think they make wonderful handmade gifts for just about anybody.
Absolutely.
And whatever project that you decide to use to make an ornament, you could do it as a family affair. Get the whole family together and make ornaments together to decorate your tree.
And don't forget, folks, that we also have classes right here at the Huachuca Art Association's gallery. So if you want to learn more about a particular craft, because we have crafting classes, or how to paint, or perhaps I'm going to give another photography class here later this next year in the spring when it's not 150 degrees outside. We have all of that right here. Again, the address is 1835 Paseo San Luis in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Thanks for joining us for this episode. Very, very educational episode. Thank you, Robert.
And don't forget, this Saturday we have our featured artist reception, which is all the artists that are on our Christmas wall from 3 to 5 Saturday.
This Saturday. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Huachuca Creatives. I'm Sean Yetarian, a.k.a. the Arizonan Yeti. Please come back again next month. But if you can't wait that long, stop by the gallery. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.